Okay, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your patience. We hope that you are doing well since the last time we spoke. I mean, it feels like it's been so long. My name is Michael. I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to the Crypt Chronicles, City of Mist, where we are going to be playing with you, our fine audience, in this ongoing series featuring none other than our audience-controlled character, Francis Burke. Now, if you want to know about Francis and how you can help out, exclamation COM will give you all the details that you can use to give Frank the edge in today's, in any episode that we play. If you want to join us live, we are available on Twitch at twitch.tv/DeadAussieGamer. We haven't set an exact time as of the recording of this episode to when we're going to be playing regularly. This is just the tester while we're on break from Rime of the Frost Maiden. For those of you who don't know what City of Mist is, City of Mist is a noir-styled modern fantasy adventure taking place in a city shrouded in a mysterious mist. The nature of this mist is quite unusual, as it conceals within it the mystical and supernatural powers of members of the city known as the Rift, people who have been granted fantastic powers due to their connection with a mythos. These mythos could be anything from stories and folk tales to legends and gods, who grant power to unassuming and regular people in order to try and have their stories re-emerge and re-fulfill, hopefully intending to manifest an avatar of that story. These avatars and the people who have mythological powers are known as the Rifts, are constantly vying for power within the city. We play the role of Francis Burke, one of these Rift members of the community, as he is trying to live his daily life. He is a paramedic with the city hospital and has been so for many years now. He lives alone in a small, quite crummy apartment and works for minimum wage. So he's got some funds, but not many. He's currently battling with the ghosts of his past and depression, but still sees merit in his life as a trained medical professional, trying to save people who the city seems to be chewing up and spitting out. If you have any questions about the game, please turn your attention to the How to Play screen, where you will know, you'll have an idea of exactly how it is you can influence the course of the game. And of course, if you want to contribute, throw it in chat. Let us know, and we'll chat away. Thank you to Marcus GM for the subscription. Welcome. All right, without any further ado, our episode this week begins in a rather ramshackled, miserable-looking abode. Light seems to come in from blinds that that seem to obscure the only window to this small one-room apartment. A bed lying by the side of the window has our hero, Francis Burke. One arm draped over his forehead, his sheets kicked off most of the bed, wearing a singlet and some shorts. Immediately, the alarm begins to ring, signaling that he needs to start his day. It is about 6 a.m. as your alarm awakes you. It has been a long night. After having dealt with a shooting that happened on the street, in which a small young teenager was injured, caught in the crossfire, Francis rises, still hearing the sounds of the gunshot. He looks at his hands once again, back and front. And though he kind of perceives that wet, sticky feeling of blood in his hands, he realizes his hands are clean. He slides off the bed, places his arms on both his knees as he stretches his shoulders, reaching his arms up, stretching his back before rising to his feet. Where his kitchen is, and also a functional bathroom, he makes his way over to a glass mirror that is in front of the sink. He splashes some water on his face. Okay. The figure that you see is as the miniature from Hero Forge dictates. By the way, thank you to Hero Forge, one for the wonderful miniature. A very, sort of scraggly but not unkempt beard, shaved but well kept top knot on the top of his head. The graying hairs of his age kind of quite clearly being seen over his hair, and a single scar above his left eye. Okay. What would you like to do first? Would you like to get ready for the day? Would you like to maybe go outside and check the mail? Would you like to maybe make yourself some breakfast? How do you begin? What is the ritual for Francis's morning? He, as he's by the sink, he fills a glass of water, puts it in his mouth, sloshes, spits it down. Okay, I think coffee is the main thing. Breakfast and mail, newspaper, emails. Okay, so Francis makes his way over to the fridge. He press 5 more minutes on the alarm. Good one, I like that one. All right, he makes his way over to the fridge. He opens it up to see what he's got. There's a jar of half-eaten pickles. There is some mayonnaise, and there is an egg carton. You reach in and you pull open the carton. You open it up. There's like an egg in there. You take the egg out. You make your way over to the kitchenette and put on the stove. You crack the egg and the sound of the egg sizzling as it hits the pan stays kind of lingering there as you then begin to start the percolator for the coffee, pouring water into it and going and grabbing a like kind of it's almost like one of those like lima bean cans of like just really cheap coffee. You open it up and put it in the little filter there, and go to check your emails by your laptop. Thank you, Secondhand, for the $5 donation. I haven't decided where we're going to do this, so I'm just going to temporarily put in that we have a power boost thanks to Secondhand. Here we go. Let's do it this way. There it is. All right, power boost. +1. All right, so we have a power boost, meaning that when we make a roll, if we want to, we can use the power boost to give us a bonus. It's Dag brand coffee. Yes. No milk, just black. Okay, very well. He makes himself some black coffee. The laptop opens and whirs to life. A large crack on the screen, kind of obscures a part of the pixels. As he opens up his emails, he begins to check. A lot of them are spam emails and the like. You can see that there's messages about like, hey, have you decided to try and move to the country? Because there's some stuff here. Have you tried to? Have you ever decided that your life is meaningless? If so, call this number to help for people who have insomnia. You continue to look, and eventually it comes to the local newspaper reel. It says, local hero saves woman from the brink of death. As he reads that, he doesn't, as he reads the title, he doesn't read any further. He simply closes his laptop. The eggs now ready. He gets up and pulls out like a dirty plate from the sink and just sort of rinses it off before putting the egg onto the plate and grabbing coffee. Does he make egg in a specific way? Yeah, I'd say he makes eggs sunny side up with just a small hit of salt and pepper. Adds rum to the coffee. No milk, just Kahlua. All right. With your black coffee and your eggs, you sit down and continue to read through just kind of like Facebook and the daily notices and stuff like that. You actually see that a woman by the name of Roxanne, I'm going to write these down as well. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to keep a journal. I'm keeping a journal of the adventure. So, woke up, made breakfast, checked emails and news, saw Facebook of Roxanne. All right. Roxanne is someone who is familiar to you. Once upon a time, she was like family. She seems to be at the beach with her husband and child. They seem to be having a great time wherever they happen to be. You can see that there's a beautiful azure ocean that's just framing where she's standing, and you can kind of see that there's this like kind of almost like a luxury liner. You remember that Roxanne and her husband were on a cruise this weekend. They invited you to come, but you know, you didn't really feel up to it. You know, you have to take time off work, and of course you wouldn't want to impose on the family vacation, as it were. But instead of, you know, sending her a message, you kind of just didn't answer. You know, you just kind of let it sit. Suddenly there's a knock at the door. Ooh, I do love that idea, Laura. That's a great idea. And I might do that. Actually, I probably will do that. Now, what do we want to do? Do we want to answer the door? Do we want to pretend like we're not home? Do we want to check out the peephole? What do we want to do? Pimp it more this time. Yeah, I like that idea. All right, so what are we doing? Bam. New poll. Peephole. Answer. Ignore. There we go. All right, the vote is up. Answer the door. Remember to put pants on. Second hand caught me. All right, well done. I like that. All right, depends on the neighborhood. That's true. All right, we got lots of answers for opening the peephole. Oh, sorry, checking the peephole. So, making your way to the door, you slide open this like kind of little metal disc that covers the peephole from this side. As you kind of peer and look out, you can indeed see your neighbor. Your neighbor is Mr. Edgar. You don't know much about Mr. Edgar. You know that he is a professor at one of the universities or something like that. And you've spoken a few times. He doesn't really, you know, he kind of keeps to himself for the most part. He thinks that you are a wonderful neighbor, as you don't spend much of your time playing loud music or anything. Seeing it's Mr. Edgar and not someone with a gun or anything like that, you quickly don your pants and your shirt and make your way and go and answer the door. As you do so, he looks you up and down. Now, Mr. Edgar is about maybe so Francis is about 5'8", 5'9". Mr. Edgar is about 5'4", so he's rather short gentleman and rather stout. A kind of a roundish kind of physique. It is an apartment complex, yes. Mr. Burke, I'm glad you're home. I was wondering if perhaps I could ask you for a bit of a favor. Francis sort of looks over and says, yeah, what favor do you have in mind? Well, you see, I've got to go out of town for the next few days, Easter weekend and all of that. And I was hoping that I could have someone look after my apartment. More personally, and, I don't really have too many friends in the city. I, of course, have a cat, as you know, Mrs. Gingersnap, and it would mean a lot to me if you would be so kind as to house sit. Yes, indeed. Would you be willing to house sit for me? Well, that's the question, guys. Are you willing to house sit for Mr. Edgar? Yes. No. What's in it for me? I'm allergic to cats. Alright, 1 minute poll. There we go. We're dog people. Alright. Is Francis a cat person? Maybe. Alright, we got a lot of yeses. It's almost unanimously yes here. Ooh, no, there we go. One person for allergic to cats. Nice. A couple people vying for the allergy. Okay. All right. Mr. Edgar, of course, I'd be honored to help out. Do you need me staying in the apartment? Oh, yes, no, that would be quite helpful. You see, Mr. Gingersnap tends to be a little bit antsy if no one's around. Simply having someone there and present would make a world of difference. If you would, of course. And if it's not too much of an imposition. You'd, of course, be welcome to any of the amenities of my apartment. You know, food, drinks, or whatever. Francis looks back at his fridge. Yeah, okay. I've got work in the evening, of course, but yeah, I'd be honored. Oh, good, excellent. Well, I need to actually rush because I'm actually on my way out. But here, this is a spare copy of my keys, and here's some instructions on how to take care of Mr. Gingersnaps. Now, Mr. Gingersnaps does spend the night in which case the windows do remain closed. But during the day, he's free to travel around the apartment complex. So make sure the window is open to allow him to leave, but then closes behind him so that he, even if he needs to come in, only if you're home, let him back in. Otherwise, he ends up trapped here, and it's a huge mess. And yeah, it's a whole bunch of different things there. Sure, I think I can remember that. Anything special for how Mr. Gingersnap eats? Oh, yes, no, the cans of his cat food are in the fridge, and, of course, I've made some of my famous casserole as well. Don't confuse the two. Yeah, I won't, but thank you. All right, well, I must be off. Thank you once again, and I'll see you at the end of the holidays. The rather rotund figure of Mr. Edgar begins to move over to the flight of stairs and make his way down. He has a briefcase with him, and as he's pulling the briefcase down, you watch as he's kind of like waddling very difficultly. Like, he makes it down one step, then he moves his luggage. Then he moves down one step, then he moves his luggage. Mr. Edgar? Yes? Do you have a number I can contact in case of an emergency? Oh, yes, it's on the fridge. You want to run a body scan? Okay, I'll do a body scan. Francis begins to look at Mr. Edgar's body. It's rather peculiar, actually. Despite his size and shape, a lot of Mr. Edgar tends to be very bone-like in structure. It looks like a normal human skeleton, but almost more ovoid than your typical kind of humanoid body frame. Sure, there are some people out there who with medical conditions that do account for this sort of thing. Short, stumpy legs, short, stumpy arms, and a very, very wide lung, heart kind of chamber as well. As far as you know, you've never caught Mr. Edgar out of breath. Just obviously dealing with he's never seemed unfit, or unhealthy. So he seems fine. Now, as he makes his way, what would you like to do now? You have the whole day in front of you as to what you would like to do. You could go and meet Mr. Gingersnaps and start setting up for hanging out for the day. What would you like to do? What are some ideas of what Francis does? Also, if Francis does have any bad habits like smoking or stuff like that, let me know if you want me to do a vote for stuff like that, and we'll see if we can add some tags here. Let's go meet the kitty and see if it likes us. How does Francis feel about hats? I think he's okay with hats if the right hat comes along. I think we've got a couple of votes for going and hanging out with the cat for a little bit. All right. Sekhmet, goddess of healing depiction, lioness, boom, Francis is a cat person. There you go. Noir hat is on the cards. Okay, very well. We can see if we can get him a trophy. Can we assume since his wife died, we can make him an alcoholic? Yeah, okay, well, let's do that poll while we go and pat cats then. Alcoholism. Yes, no, occasional drink. Severe problem. So severe problem. So the yes to alcoholism means he does drink quite a lot. The severe problem means he drinks to self-destruction kind of thing. So there you go. Finish your coffee, maybe? Sure. Actually, you know what? Maybe you'll bring your coffee with you. Heading back into your house, you get ready to lock up. You take your wallet and your phone. You take your cup of coffee. Your egg, by this point, is kind of half-eaten, but kind of gross. You realize that maybe the egg was kind of off. So you kind of slide it into the bin and place the unclean dish back into the sink. Making your way out, you sip at your coffee and make your way across the hall. You lock the door behind you as you can hear the sounds of other members of the apartment getting ready to start their day. You enter into Mr. Edgar's apartment, and it is beautiful. It is still the same size as yours. Like, it's not like it's got any extra room, but just the stuff here is quite nice. Like, you've got a small reading desk where your laptop desk happens to be. There's a TV mounted on one of the walls. The bed that is on the other side is separated by what looks to be quite a nice little curtain. The occasional drink? Sweet. All right, very well. He has the occasional drink. So he doesn't do so unrealistically. That is to say, he doesn't just drown in his sorrows. You look around and you can see that there's obviously some small cat bowls as well. But for the time being, you don't seem to see the cat. We're going to have you investigate to see if you can find where Mr. Gingersnaps has gone. Everyone in chat, please roll me, or please use exclamation mark 2d6 to try and find the cat. Did we ever get the egg of the frying pan? We did. No, break the trend and make him well adjusted. I mean, occasional drink I think is still reasonably well adjusted. If he was adjusted the death of his wife, it would be suspicious of that dude. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Exclamation mark D2D6. Yep, that's it. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone else? Last call as I get ready to roll. All right, here we go. All right, that is a 3, meaning we have 1, 2, 3. That is a 6 from Laura Bones, which means that we would not find, we are not going to find the cat unless you guys are happy to use the boost. If you guys want to use the boost to succeed in this check, type in 1. If you do not want to use the boost yet, type 2. I'm just going to give it a few seconds for that one. Actually, I'm going to go grab some water and I'll be back. But yes, 1 to use the boost to succeed in finding the cat, or 2, hold on to it for now. Corba has also got a very good idea there. So if we go with 2, we'll use Corba's idea. All right. All right, yep, looks like we got a lot of 2s there, so no worries. You look around the apartment, and you cannot seem to find the cat anywhere. You make your way over to where you were told the cat food was, and sure enough, there's a lot of very, very expensive looking cat food. Now they come in like these little satchels. So as you pull the satchel, there's this tearing sound, and suddenly you hear this very, very soft meow coming from out on the balcony. Moving the curtain that separates the bedroom from the rest of the living room, you can see just out on the balcony where the fire escape is, there is a small, very, very beautiful ginger cat. It is about the size of maybe it could fit in the palm of your hands. Still very, very young. You can see very much why Mr. Edgar wanted someone here with it. Well, aren't you cute? Come in, little guy. You open the window. As you open the window, the kitten is unfamiliar with you. I need everyone to roll me 2d6 and make a convince check to try and lure it inside. So 2d6, and let's see if we can lure it inside. Spring water with like orange and passion fruit. It's quite nice. All right, 2d6 for a convince check. Let's see what we make. I'll roll one in chat as well. There we go. Oh, that is awful. That is a crit fumble. If no one else rolls, we're going with a crit fumble. Hey, Jaeger, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. We are playing City of Mist. It's a Twitch play, so you guys are taking on the role of Francis Burke, who has currently been asked to house sit a cat next door to him. He is currently trying to lure the cat in from outside with some expensive food, and yeah, the cat's just chilling out there at the moment. All right, cool. Here we go. There we go. We got a bunch of them. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna. Ooh, wow. Okay, I've got a bunch of people. All right, let's roll a d10 here. Let's see who we get. That is number 4. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Marcus, the DM. We get the 2. Unfortunately, the cat is unfamiliar with Francis and immediately starts to climb out and onto the fire escape. It makes its way upwards, higher and higher, as it seems to be running away. What do you want to do? Do we follow? Do we stay behind? I'm allergic to cats too, by the way. I do love cats though. Do we want to follow? Do we want to stay behind? Oh, god damn it. Oh, so I've just been talking to nothing this whole time. This is why I've got the silence wizard. God damn it. Yes. So, if you want to, we can go out the window and chase the cat, or we can stay behind. Just shut the window and go about your day. It's allowed to be out during the day. It is. It is. Also, if I do end up muting myself and not changing anything, guys, please feel free to throw out as many of the silence wizards as you wish to. It lets me know. Alright. Closing the window back down, you head back in. You put the food in the bowl, and you just kind of put it back in the fridge, just kind of making use of it. As for the rest of your day, however, the next few hours go by reasonably quick. You don't spend too much time, middling about. You kind of just check, make sure, like, hey, how much food is there? This guy is very well stocked. There's like steaks and freaking, little like, there's no TV dinners. Everything is very, very fresh in his fridge. There's, milk, eggs. You could literally, you can make almost anything you can imagine here. Don't shut the window because the kitty wants to come in. Ooh, steak. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's chase it. Okay, let's do a vote then. Here we go. We're gonna go with a vote. It seems like we got a lot of people with different ideas of what they want to do. So, kitty cat. Follow kitty outside. Leave window open. Close window. Leave apartment. All right, there we go. Vote is up. Yeah, you could very easily make a sandwich or something like that, something for the road. Not a problem. I see that, Australis. Well done. All right. Okay. What time is it? Right now, as we mentioned, you kind of woke up at about 6, so it's about maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock by the time you're at this stage. He does have bacon, lettuce, and tomato. You can make a BLT for the road. Yeah. Frittata? Okay. Chat doesn't write. Look, just saying. The chat is in command. Maybe Francis likes the kitten. So, you leave the window open, and you begin to make yourself a frittata. Let's go with you make two things. You make a frittata for breakfast, and you make a BLT for a little bit later. Let's see. I'm gonna say that you're pretty decent. You're not a phenomenal cook. Like the tomato is a little bit wet and the BLT is a bit soggy. But you'd wrap it up in some Glad wrap and the like, and you kind of put it in your like little side pouch there, and you decide to enjoy your frittata, which is actually quite tasty. Like you got onions, you got tomato, you got like a little salsa relish that was left over in the fridge as well. Yeah, it's absolutely delicious. Crunchy on the outside, soft and moist on the inside. So what do we want to do for the day? Now, like I said, roughly after by the time you've done cooking and stuff, it's about 7 a.m. Around about 4 p.m. is when you are due to go back to the hospital and start your shift. But do we have any plans that we want to do for the day? Keeping in mind, we have very little supplies. We do have a little bit of money in the bank that we can use to buy stuff. We can go out in the town and see what's what. We could go visit the cemetery and pay some respects to our beloved wife. We could... what else could we do? Go to the park for a picnic? We can go to the park for a picnic. That's another thing as well. I mean, alternatively, we could just sit and watch TV. That's also an option. Let's throw out some ideas. New poll. Francis's day. We've got go to the park. I saved the world in a D&D game, but I'm equally excited about my frittata. Man, frittatas are great. Go shopping. Give Adam a call. Check up on our friend. Yeah, okay. Go shopping. Call Adam. Yep. Shopping is a good idea. Yeah, grocery shopping is not a bad idea. Watch news about the shooting. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna go throw the vote out. Go home, crawl into bed. All right, there we go. Poll is up. Specifically a discount store. Yeah. All right. Thank you for the sub, by the way, for Corver Bleu. Thank you so much. All right. Looks like we're going shopping from the looks of it. First, I think we should watch the news, then phone Adam, then meet the discount store. Well, I mean, keeping in mind, we can do both. We can listen to the news in the form of podcast as well. So if we go, I mean, maybe he'll just like troll on his phone as he's making his way to the shops. All right. Now, let's change the vibe again real quick. All right, here we go. Hopefully that will kick in. All right. Heading down the flight of stairs, Francis begins to make his way out into the City of Mist. Now, while the name City of Mist, of course, implies that there's mist everywhere, there actually isn't, except on the outskirts of the city. Here, the cars and the liveliness, compared to the evening, is very, very different. Lots of families, it almost looks like quite peaceful, in fact, as far as the city goes. The grocery is not too far away. You can see that there's a large supermarket chain not too far, but you know that you get a reasonable discount at the discount store not too far. It's about maybe a 20-minute walk, and you've done this road before. You leave the apartment, locking the door behind you and making sure the apartment is secure. You know that the window can be closed when you're not there, so you close the window and lock up as well, and begin to make your way to the discount store. As you pull out your mobile phone, you start to listen to the news about the shooting. One of the woman anchors says, late last night, there was a shooting on 3rd and Main Street. A young boy named Tobias Moon has been shot from an unknown assailant. Police are currently asking for anyone with information to come forward and report what they had seen. Eyewitnesses claim that a person was present and applied first aid, but was gone by the time paramedics and police arrived. This is, of course, not the only incident in which this is not the only incident in which a shooting has taken place. As we get closer and closer to the Easter celebrations this weekend, a half dozen other incidences of shootings have occurred as well, all of which perpetrated by a unknown female assailant. You did grab the keys. You locked it when you were outside. You don't lock it when you're inside. Now, Cinder, Tobias was the young teenage hooligan that was by the bus station that you had helped. He is currently at the city hospital where you work. You can go and check on him if that's what you want, but for now, you're on your way for some groceries. As you begin to make your way towards the grocer, something changes. There's a tingle at the back of your neck. You're not sure quite what it is, but there's just this strange sensation that comes over you. Looking around, the people seem to walk by and don't seem to notice anything. Your stalker sense has begun to trigger. Someone or something is watching you. All right, what do you want to do? You're standing in the middle of the streets. People are moving past you left and right. cars move equally quickly. You continue to walk. You haven't stopped dead in your tracks. You're continuing to walk, so it's not like one of the alleyways, because obviously someone would be following you in the alleyways. You're not too far from the discount store now. You could probably veer in, or you could try to lose them by jumping into another store. What would you like to do? Probably wasn't a whole lot of information provided on the news, but we do know maybe the victims of the shooting were all wounded, but none were killed. Or does it seem like they were more random in terms of consequences? The random shooting seems like there was no connection between the victims, but that there's maybe been like gang violence that has occurred. As of yet, there has been no casualties. All right, what do you guys want to do? I'll take any and all suggestions. Right now, you're still walking very cautiously with your eyes kind of looking around, heading towards the grocer. But if someone wants to do something else, now that the stalker sense is kind of kicking up, let me know. All right, stick to the large crowds. Of the Met. I don't know what you mean, of the Met. I think go to the shop, likely to have a mirror in it. Try to lose them, wrap around for an ambush. Okay, let's put a vote out. Being followed. Head to grocer. Lose them in alleyway. You did not forget to close the window. Head into nearest random store. Nearest store. Predict action of how the stalker acts. So yeah, we could definitely well, predicting action has one flaw, and that is we have to be able to see our target to be able to predict what they're gonna do. J hook turn. Nice, I like that. Okay, cool. No, the window was opened up until they left, yeah. If we lose them now, we won't get any clues, so we should find something to reflect, get a glimpse. Okay, steal, glimpse, in reflection. Actually, you know what? We'll say that that's part of the grocer. If you go to the grocer, there are mirrors that they use to kind of prevent thieves. You can use those mirrors as reflections if you go to the grocer. So there you go. All right, guys, let's do the voice. So ambush is the lose them in the alleyway. Loose them in the alleyway. It's loose them in the alleyway. All right, so we got some votes for the J turn. All right, we got lose them in the alleyway. Head to the grocer. Ooh, it's neck and neck. What is Francis gonna do? He turns another corner, but that sensation still lingers with him. Of course, odds and evens. All right, odds and evens. That's what we're gonna do. Odds, we're gonna head to the grocer. Evens, we're gonna lose them in the alleyway. Here we go. That is odds. We're going to head to the grocer. All right. You begin to make your way, heading towards the grocer. You hear the sounds of the automatic doors opening as you enter, and there's a decent amount of people here. A lot of the stuff on the the walls here are just like really cheap knockoffs of like cereals and you know, regular brands and stuff. Almost nothing is more than $5 here. As you make your way in, you start to kind of you pick up one of these like kind of little grocer baskets, and you start to grab some food supplies. You keep your eye on the door, and while you do so, the only person to enter that is quite unusual. Yeah, I mean, you're using kind of the mirrors to like keep an eye on the front door. Is a woman who seems to have a leather jacket and yellow sunglasses. She looks like this. Let's make her a little bit bigger, shall we? There we go. Now, as she enters, she kind of seems to be looking around for something, but then picks up a basket and continues to move through the aisles. All right. At this point, you've identified the target. Predicting actions. Now, your power to predict actions works pretty flawlessly. You can tell that every part of her body is ready to fight. Her muscles are tense, and she seems to have a gun holstered to her side. She not to her side, sorry, to the interior of her jacket. Like, it's concealed. She's got a concealed weapon. You can tell that she is ready to quick draw it at a moment's notice. You also recognize this as the woman you caught a glimpse of during the shooting last night. The one that had shot the young man. She begins to kind of just grab random stuff off the aisles, but you can tell that she's kind of doing like a circuit to try and find you. All right. What do we want to do, guys? She is getting closer. Hide in the tin aisle so you have unlimited throwing weapons. That's a good one. I like that one. Can we grab something solid as a makeshift vest? Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. All right, let's make a poll here. Hunted. Find weapon. Find protection. Knock her out with a bing. What does read biochemistry do, and how does that help us? Reading biochemistry would be able to determine if she's on any drugs or if she's like poisoned and stuff like that. It'll also tell us if she's drunk or, you know, how much alcohol she's had. Anything that does with the like basically your power is the ability to scan someone's body. Wait, we didn't phone Adam to meet us here. Yeah, we can talk to Adam. That's true. That was part of the thing. I think we got distracted when we started getting followed, because we decided to listen to the news first, and then after we listened to the news, we were about to call Adam, but then bumped into this person. All right, it definitely looks like Trinity. Hide is another one. Okay, so we're gonna look at hide as well. And we'll throw in call Adam. And I'll also throw in predict actions, emotions. So another thing you can use your predicting actions to do is you can read what people's emotions are. Is she angry? Is she sad? Is she you know, kind of cold and calculating? You know, your abilities allow you to do that because of the different chemical compositions of your hormones and the like as you have them. Avoid her, call Adam, and maybe do a body scan to see if she's got a bad knee or something. Nice, that's a good one. Yeah, like I said, we can do multiple things. We just need to kind of take a vote. All right, we got a few different ones here. There's quite a lot of spread. That's good. Grab a bottle of vodka to use as a weapon. Scream, she's got a gun! That's a good one. If they've got a strong enough beverage, we can homebrew a Molotov. Okay, you know what? I'm going to roll a percentage here on my end of things. And I just want to see if maybe, I say maybe, this is one of those stores that carries alcohol. All right, 81%. Yeah, sure. There'd be a small little alcohol aisle. I don't know about you guys, but in Australia, we don't actually have, like, alcohol in the supermarkets. We have bottle shops that specifically have them. There are some supermarkets with a bottle shop attached to it, but it's literally like entering another store when you do it. There's just like a shared door between the supermarket and the bottle-o. All right. Moving swiftly and quietly, you peer around the corner and catch a glimpse of her. Once again, your eyes take on that blackish and green hue as you look in her direction. You can see her emotions. Let's go with investigate. So we're making an investigate check. So 2d6. We're gonna add predict action and stalker sense. So we're gonna get a +2 on this bonus. All the shops are alcohol shops in Scotland. Nice. All right, 2d6. Let's do it. 192 proof. All right. You don't need to add the +2. Sorry. Yeah, I'll add the +2. Look, I'm not as good as Robert. I'm not as good as Robert at math, but I can definitely add 2 to things. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have one more? Is there a 6? Otherwise, I'll throw in the 6th one. Where'd my D6 go? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, let's try that. Here we go. Should know what my own commands are. Here we go. All right. 3. Let's see. What do we get for number 3? That is 1, 2, 3. Laura Bones with a score of 2. That will fail. Meaning that we not only do not manage to ascertain what she's about, we also manage to gain her attention. She starts to make her way towards us very, very quickly. We jump quickly as you quickly duck behind the aisle. I'm gonna say for the time being that you are actually in the alcohol aisle, so there is like the rows of alcohol that are here. As she's making her way towards you. Now, time is of the essence. She is making her way towards you as a beeline. For being so few, chat is very active. Easter time, eh? Yeah, that's true. It is Easter. Plus, this is the first run of this that we're doing. So it's kind of like a beta test, I guess. So we're just like figuring out how to do this. Plus, we're still on break from Rise of the Rune Lords. And so when we return from that, we'll it'll definitely pick up. So, exclamation mark 2d6. I work in 5 hours. Nice. I'm probably going to go for another hour or 2, give or take. Probably an hour and a half. Yeah. All right, does anyone want to do anything? Let me know. She's coming towards you. Hey, J Spites, welcome in, welcome in. The man with the Tarrasque. It was a whole thing. It's a whole thing. No. We'll go through combat in a minute if she catches up to us. All right. So first suggestion: let's quickly run around the other side and start talking to the shop owner. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. So that's the first suggestion: is go find the shop owner. Now, real quick, for the people who have just joined, City of Mist. Modern noir fantasy adventure. Our hero Francis Burke is currently being stalked by someone who had been shooting who shot a random teenager last night. We were present, administered first aid to the teenager, and managed to escape. But she has tracked us down and is now stalking us in a small grocery store. We're deciding what to do because she has just spotted us and we are in the alcohol aisle. All right. Here we go. So we got talk to the shop owner. All right, talk to the shop owner. How many people are there right now? There are currently There's only one other person in the store at the moment. So there's 2 employees, one at the front counter and one who is the owner stocking shelves. And there is 1 customer. She may be an undercover police officer. Who knows? Who knows? All right, yeah, warn the shop owner, warn the shop owner. All right, so it seems like the only suggestion we've got is to warn the shop owner. So, very quickly, you make your way through the aisle. You try to time it just right so that as she comes around, you make a beeline for the shop owner, who is by one of the milk fridges, just kind of stocking the fridge. This individual is a man by the name of... Oh, actually, you know what? I have a random NPC generator here. Hold on. Let me see if I can use this. Okay. Okay, so I need the audience, if you would, to roll me a d4. Roll me a d4, please. Oh, sorry, no, a d6. D6, my apologies. D6. Oh, damn it, sorry. Yeah, that was my fault. I was like trying to let everyone know beforehand. D6, please. Okay, so we got a 1, we got a 1, we got a 4. All right, so we got a couple of good ones there. 3, 4. So just 1 D6 for this one. Rolled a 1. All right, we got a 4. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that is a 1. Okay, so this guy is a sleeper. He is an NPC that is not a rift at all, a sleeping denizen of the city, unaware of the mystic powers that exist here. So he's just some guy. All right, so he's a shop owner. That's fine. That's been determined. Let's see what his motivation is. It's a 5. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll for that one because it's nice and easy. So here we go. Okay. Blindsided. Okay, cool. So, as you arrive, what you see is the store owner, a rather gangly individual who's quite tall. You think he might have been a rift, but he actually isn't. He's just a really, really tall dude. As he's stocking the shelves, he looks down. You know his name as his name is William. So let's Oh, hi there, Mr. Burke. No, please, just Francis is fine. Listen, I've got something to tell you. Oh, what is it? Listen, I don't want to alarm you, but a woman's just entered the store with a gun. A gun? He looks around. He's actually tall enough to look over the aisles, and he sees the only woman in the store is making her way quickly around. What do we do? What do we do? We should call the cops, right? Janine! He calls out to the girl behind the counter. She chews on some bubble gum and sort of blows these massive bubbles. Janine! Call the cops! Call the cops! As this tall guy says, okay, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. He takes a deep breath, and as it looks like he's about to confront the woman, he then turns back and starts stocking the shelves, pretending not to see her. Francis is shocked. Dude, what the hell? But you can't blame him. He's the kid. The owner is quite young. He inherited the shop from his father, and Janine's calling the police. You kind of look over your shoulder. Janine is not calling the police. Janine gets paid minimum wage and has not heard a single thing that William has said. She is now making her way towards you. As she now is close enough for you to see, she looks at you and just shakes her head like she's telling you not to run. With your predicting action still activated, so you're still kind of got those green eyes. You look at her, and it looks like she is ready to run at you. Okay. It's a liquor store. It's not a liquor store. It's a grocery store. It's a grocery store. All right, what do we do? She's onto us. Run at us, not shoot us. Correct. Run at you, not shoot at you. You can tell with your predict action, she is about to run at you. Are the shelves bolted to the ground? Stupid plan, tossing over the shelves, making it... Yeah. They are not bolted to the ground at all. Near bottles of oil on the shelves. I'd say it's alcohol at this... Oh, no, you moved away. Okay, let's see if you are near the vegetable oils and the like. Let's roll randomly and see what happens. Here we go. All right. 13. No, this is not near the oils and sauces and the like. But it is near like a bunch of like tin cans and stuff like that. So even if you do knock over one of the shelves, it will cause a adamant distraction. All right. Okay, let's make this poll happen. She's onto us. Run. Distraction. Hide. Fight. Yeah, that'll be it. All right, here we go. Pick up a can of beans. All right, we shouldn't fight her yet. Okay, there's a lot of calls for the distraction. All right, she might just want a selfie. All right, distraction. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to change the game because we are adding a tag to her, giving her the distracted condition. So, to give you guys an insight onto how this game works when we talk about combat. So, I'm going to share something with you guys real quick. All right. So, in City of Mist, bad guys and dangers have various challenge ratings that you need to overcome in order to perform your actions. So, over here, if it will not take forever to load. Thank you. Is this. There it is. Okay. So just real quick. Okay. So this is a basic stat block that you would get in City of Mist. Now, I'm not going to read you out all the stat blocks every time we come into it, but this hired thug is a 2-star enemy, meaning that it is reasonably difficult. It's kind of average. Hurt or subdue, which means that we need to bring its tag bonus to 3 or lower. Anytime we deal a tag, we increase the condition. So, for example, if we shoot her, we give her the injured subtype, and then once she gets to injured 3, we then defeat her. We can also threaten her to try and get her to leave, and if we intimidate her, she is threatened by however much, so on and so forth. She then also has unique abilities, where she gets bonuses based on what she's doing, if she's bullying people, or if she's trying to shoot at you, right? And this is also how much of that value she gives. So if she's trying to shoot at you, she actually gives you 4 injured markers. So she's actually quite good hurting people, basically. So that's kind of the nature of it. Yeah, there you go. Has a lot of similarities to Monster Hearts. Ooh, I haven't played Monster Hearts. There you go. Well, I also cook. Nice. Okay. So, I actually completely missed the poll. Hold on, let me see what the answer was. It was the distraction. Yes. So, for the distraction, we are going to change the game. We're going to add a tag to her if we can. So, 2d6 from everyone as we attempt to throw the aisle down and block her way. Sorry, like, do we have a weapon? We don't have a weapon. No, we do not. Okay, so we got a couple of... So we're rolling 2d6s to try and knock one of the aisle shelves over. We do have a donation of a power boost, so we can use this if we need to. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4... All right. Rolling that, we get a 3. 1, 2, 3. J Spites, we get a 6, but we need a 7 to pass. So it is up to you guys. Do we want to use... what else do we have? Can we use any of our tags? We can't really use any of our tags here. Oh, we do have a BLT sandwich. Yes, that's true. We do have a BLT. Okay, we don't have any tags that are going to help us here. But we do have the power boost if we want to use that. So what do we want to do? Power boost, or do we want to... I hear one call for boost. Off for the BLT. All right, anyone else? Well, does anyone object to the boost? Got 2 for the boost. All right, if no one objects, we will use the boost. We have 1 no for the boost. Okay, let's do a vote. Okay, 1 minute boost on there. Yes, no. All right, cast your votes, guys. Francis looks at this woman and goes, "Why is it always my luck? Why can't I ever meet a nice girl who doesn't want to shoot me?" He grabs hold of the aisle and tips it over. Immediately, tin cans begin to roll over, as do like bits of bread and the like. All right, looks like that is the power boost. All right, we have power boost 0. Okay, so. As we boost, the whole aisle falls over. As this happens, it also startles William, who accidentally drops the milk on the floor as well. She slips on the milk and begins to fall in a pile among your stuff. You run and you turn and you immediately leave. You manage to sort of you kind of slam into the automatic doors as they open. And they head out. At this point, you finally have the girl at the front counter's attention, who looks at you and is like, "Hey!" At this point, the woman gets up and begins to follow you out into the streets. You are now running with everything you have. We are going to have you guys... let's start with trying to run for the time being. So, I'm going to have you go toe-to-toe. Going toe-to-toe means we are opposing. So that means it's you trying to outrun this woman directly. Now, unfortunately, you are going to be taking a negative penalty for a reason which will become apparent very soon. As we roll 2d6. So, audience members, 2d6. Let's go. Let's see how we do. You get a -1, and we need to get a 7 to 9 to hit. As you run out... Call the cops! Do we have any morphine in our medical supplies? Morphine? Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say we would. 7, 9. I'm waiting for the day that the audience is coordinated enough that if the first person rolls a 12, no one else votes for some reason. Knocking the shelf over, poetic justice for the store owner who going back to stocking the shelves instead of calling the cops. Yeah, it's true. Quite poetic justice. All right. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what happens here. That is a 2. That is a 9. That is enough. 9 drops down to an 8. Now, as you are running, you're moving through the streets, and people moving out of the way, going, "Hey, watch it! Hey, come on, jeez!" They're trying to avoid you as best they can. That is when you see the woman chasing after you. She looks down, and as she does, she looks like she's getting ready to sprint, and her stride is 4 or 5 times longer than any other person you've seen. That is when you see something. She is a rift. Specifically, her rift appears to coalesce around her legs. They seem to have these very, very strange shapes, almost as if the padding of her foot is quite long, and it's a double backwards knee bend. The type you would see on a rabbit or a hare, and she seems to be taking these massive leap strides towards you. Now, for the time being, you've managed to outrun her. Mostly because it took her a while to correct herself and then come out, try to find out which way you went, and is chasing. But she is still chasing after you. Okay. You see these bad rolls. I expect these if I join Curse of Strahd. Oh yeah, no, you've seen the Curse of Strahd, guys. Yeah. All right. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to try and face her? Do you want to hide? Confront her. What's the game plan? You are in the streets. You can try to call the cops if you want. You've got the BLT. You could try throwing that. You could try to go into an alleyway, see if you can find a weapon like a broken broom or a pipe or something. Try to climb, get up off the street level and up onto one of the roofs maybe. You could try to flag down a taxi. That's another option because there are cars and stuff nearby. Throw out some ideas for what you would like. And that's what Francis would do as he's... come on. Come on. Ugh. Does anyone besides us see the hair legs? No, they do not. Because you believe this woman is a rift. Offer her a carrot. Well, you didn't pick up any carrots at the grocer. I was thinking we can make a blowpipe and throw some morphine at her. It's not a bad idea. Probably difficult to make a blowpipe while you're running. Find a pipe. What time of day is it? It is 8 a.m. So it's quite early. There are people out in the streets. It is reasonably busy. All right, let's throw in some things here. The chase. Let's see. We have use morphine on her. Salvage weapon. Jump into taxi. Any cops on the beat? Let's have a look. Currently, yes, there is a beat cop nearby. Approach officer. Well, how you would use the morphine is likely as a stabbing weapon, like go around a corner, and then as she comes around to stab her with the morphine. That would be how I'd suggest using it. All right, and hide would be the other one, I guess. All right, here we go. Poll is up. All right, let us know what you guys think we should be doing. Got a couple for use the morphine. All right, as her legs kick her forward, she is really starting to book. She's actually going so fast that some people aren't even noticing her move past her. Move past them. Like, she's literally just... All right, use the morphine. All right. Here we go. We are going toe-to-toe with someone. You duck behind a corner, and you reach into your backpack. You pull out what looks to be a long syringe encased in like this plastic wrap. You bite onto it, and you rip it open. This long and very, very impressive-looking needle is filled with about... I mean, how much morphine to knock someone out? Please don't flag me, Australian government. Is 20 milligrams lethal? So 100 milligrams per 5. So 20 per milliliter. So I'd say 10 milligrams is what you would need. So you would know that, yeah, so 10 to 15 milligrams. Yeah, that's a good guess. There you go. So let's say 15 milligrams. Then you take out the the syringe. You basically shoot out the what you need until you get exactly where you're at. Then you wait around the corner. As she comes out, 2d6s from the chat as we prepare to defend ourselves. Toe to paw. That's true, toe to paw. Okay, let's have a look. It looks as though we are using here we go. Don't roll, keep the 11. See what I tell you. Well, we've got 2 rolls there, so now it's odds and evens. Dag is now on ASIO watch list. All right, odds and evens. Here we go. I'm gonna use a coin. Red is gonna be the 2. 11 is gonna be the blue. All right, here we go. I'm gonna roll it in this thing so that I can show you guys what the result is. All right, there we go. All right, here it is. Ooh, you ready? That is blue. All right, which means we are going with the 11 as the woman steps out around the edge. You manage to stab her in the chest with the syringe, injecting her with 15 milligrams of morphine. Now, morphine is quite potent, so I'm actually going to give you guys. Well, actually, before we get into that, let's now talk about injury and damage in City of Mist. So, in City of Mist, all the conditions follow the same kind of tracker. Now, these tracking cards, as they were, I am trying to get some made for the stream so we can keep track of our particular conditions, if and when we get them. But here we go. Okay. So this is the tracker. So what we would basically be doing is looking at what her tracking would be. So if she gains 1 condition, she would be at level 1. If she gains 2, she'd be at level 2. If she gained 3, she'd still be at level 2. And then when she gains 4, she'd be at level 3. Now, she will be defeated when we get to harm level 3. Because this is quite a large dose of morphine that we've injected into her, we have crit with the 11. So instead of doing 2 points, we have done 3 points of incapacitated to her. So she is incapacitated 3 right now, which we are now just going to very quickly add to our thing here. There we go. And how do we put this? We will put it... There we go. Come on. Make that a little smaller. A little bigger. There it is. Okay. All right, so she is now incapacitated 3. All right, so incapacitated 3 gives her a negative 2 penalty on her current condition. So anytime she tries to attack or do anything, she will take a negative 2 penalty because she is feeling groggy and she is being a problem for it. Buffering BD for me. Oh, no. That's no good. All right. Oh, it froze. Oh, no. Is that better? Is everything kind of back up? I think it was just when I was uploading the image. It kind of jerked up a bit. Okay. Trying to grab her gun. Okay, so before that, after you've managed to stab her in the chest, she pulls out the needle and throws it to the ground. She says, "What the heck?" And we'll try to basically just hit you with the butt of the back of her hand. Like, she doesn't even draw her gun yet. She's just gonna try and like hit you. So you're gonna be facing the danger. You do get a +1 because you get to what's the word? Predict her actions, so you can like tell how her body's behaving, which is super important. All right, so 2d6 as we try to as we face the danger. So exclamation mark 2d6. Hey, thank you so much, Wizard of D&D. Thank you for the subscription. Yeah, 4 months. 4 months is amazing. That's awesome. It has been an absolute pleasure to get to know you. All right, exclamation mark 2d6. And let's see if we can protect ourselves from her backhand as she tries to clobber us. All right, we got a 5, we got a 10, we got a 9, we got a 7. Right, that's pretty cool. 5. All right, can we get one more? Once she settles, we need to be asking a bunch of questions. Hell yeah. Okay. So we got a 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a 7 with predicting the action, making us 8. She goes to hit us, and we manage to read her muscles with the use of our eyes and narrowly just avoid the fist as it swings past us. Why are you after me? Francis then turns, and the morphine is kicking in even more. Her arm sort of slumps over at this point. Now, one more action with going toe-to-toe. We could try to disarm her, take the gun away, or we could try to kind of knock her down now that she's weakened. What do we want to do? Try and restrain her, or grab her gun? All right, restrain or grab gun? What are we after? All right, voting is up. Take your votes. All right, we got even votes for grabbing the gun. We got even votes for restraining. Grabbing the gun is pulling ahead. All right, looks like we're going to try for disarm. All right, let's grab that gun. 2d6 as we go toe-to-toe to try and grab the weapon off her. Hey, Odd Bandicoot, welcome in. So, while we are getting up everyone's 2d6s, so exclamation mark 2d6, here is the story thus far. Our hero Francis Burke awoke in his apartment only to be greeted at the door by his neighbor who is heading out of town. He asked Francis to look after his apartment and his cat while he did so. Heading into the apartment, Francis made breakfast and met the cat, but the cat didn't want to meet Francis. He kind of ran up the fire escape. But it reminded Francis that he needed way more food and stuff. So he went to the discount store in order to try and find more food. But along the way, realized that he was being stalked. Now, the previous night, Francis had been in a small skirmish with a young, well, not a skirmish, but he was there when a young man was attacked by a woman brandishing a gun, the woman that you can see on screen here. The young teenager was injured, but thanks to Francis's quick work, was prevented from death. Francis got a good look at her, and the next day, on the way to the grocery store, she has started stalking him. He's made it into the grocer, and she followed. Once she caught wind that he was onto her, she started chasing after him. After knocking over some food from the aisles and making some distance, Francis made his way into an alleyway where he pulled out some morphine from his medical supplies and stabbed this assailant with it. Her arm is now limp. She is on the ropes, and we are now trying to disarm her by taking her gun off her. And that's where we're currently at. So, exclamation 2d6 to determine what we get. Let's see. So I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 results here. Last calls for anyone who wants to roll. But let's find out what we get. All right. Let's see. That is a 4. That takes us to Australis Plays, which gives us a 10. Because we have predict actions, we can arguably use that for our hand-to-hand combat here. You can kind of tell how her body's going to move, and you are going to try and manipulate her hand up so that you can reach into her jacket and take her gun out. It is not difficult for you to do so. As you reach in and pull the gun out, you aim it directly at her, and you say, "Enough! Why are you following me? Is it because I saw you last night?" She looks confused for a moment. "Saw me last night? You were that guy by the bus stop. I didn't even realize it was you. Then why are you following me? You came out of his apartment. Why were you there?" I'm answering the questions. Out of whose apartment?" "The university teacher. He's who I'm after. I assumed that you were with him. Hired muscle?" No, nothing like that. I'm his neighbor. I'm looking after his apartment. What do you want with Edgar?" Edgar. Is that what it calls itself? Listen, I don't know what you think you know about your neighbor, but your neighbor has something severely wrong with them. What do you mean? Listen. And you need to listen to everything I have to tell you. I don't have to do anything. You're going to go to the cops. You look around and you can see that police officer is still not too far away. Some of the other people have started complaining, talking about someone running through the streets, yelling bloody murder. Now, Francis, you have a choice. Do you want to give her up to the cops? Do you want to... what do you want to do with her? Do you want to give her up to the cops? Do you want to take her back to the apartment? Do you want to find a small secluded space and continue interrogating her? What do you guys want to do? All right. Tell us what you would like to do. Tell us what you would like to do, and I will make that happen. All right. Here we go. New poll. Okay, the poll is up. She collapses from the morphine. Her limbs are definitely down, and she is on the verge of passing out. So that is not too uncanny. That is not too far fetched, Australis, as to what's about to happen. We did just drug a woman in public, so we should take her back. And if anyone asks questions, say she's a friend who's had too much to drink. That's a good one. I like that. Although they say it either way, it's super creepy. Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. Not wrong. All right. We are taking her somewhere private. Frances says, "Can you walk?" She tries to stand on her feet. She seems to have a little bit of trouble. Frances says, "All right, I'm going to help you, but no funny business." She says, "No funny business." Frances leans down and places her arm over his shoulder and lifts. You begin to move into the alleyways. There's only one place you know to take her. At least one place that is away from prying eyes. And, I mean, given that she already knows that you came out of the apartment and you've said that you're neighbors, you take her back to your place. Instead of taking the front door, you take the fire escape heading up. On your way up, you see a very familiar cat. It is a ginger cat. And it seems to brush up against the leg of the woman as you're climbing the stairs. She doesn't say anything about it. She doesn't kick it away or anything. She just sort of lets that happen. It's just something you notice as you scale the building. You open the window to your apartment, which you always leave unlocked because you have nothing really of value to steal anyway. And you climb in. She looks around and she says, "What a shithole." You let her go at this point, and she kind of falls onto the bed. She says, you say, "Yeah, thanks. But we didn't come here to find out about how good my apartment looks. You've still got many things to answer for, starting with your name." "My name's Alice." "Alice? Well, you can call me Alice." "Well, Alice, why are you after Mr. Edgar? And I want the truth now." Let's go to less dramatic music now. I think we're out of danger here. Let's go back to our smooth listening. Here we go. All right. Now, as Frances sort of says this, she says, "Look, Mr. Edgar isn't what he seems to be. There's been a series of kidnappings that always happen around this time of year. Little children, boys and girls who go missing. I think Mr. Edgar is responsible. I'm a private bounty hunter for a family in the old town. They don't really have too many people that do work for them up in the downtown district. So they paid me to see if I can find what happened to their little boy. She reaches into her pocket and hands a crumpled up, well, not crumpled, but like a folded photo of a young 10-year-old kid. Have you seen this kid? No, I haven't. Well, what about these? She holds up another photo. This one of a classroom that Mr. Edgar is teaching. He seems to be talking about causality and about how actions and reactions influence the entire world through physics. You look at the bit of paper and you look at the photograph, and it doesn't seem out of the ordinary. It's like, yes, of course I recognize Edgar. At this point, you also notice that in the front row, kind of not paying attention, like half asleep, seem to be the 3 teenagers who are like the ones that you met at the bus stop. They're just like kind of messing about in the front of that photo. Well, what's the meaning of this? What do these kids have to do with it? You shot at them. Yeah. Because I found out that that's how Edgar has been taking kids. Those three were under his employ. They hang out at places where young kids are quite vulnerable. Playgrounds, schools, bus stops. And when they find someone who's alone and unescorted, they kidnap them, taking them God knows where. I've been trying to capture one of them to interrogate for some time. The last one got away from me. That's when I saw you coming out of Mr. Edgar's apartment. Thinking about the what is being said, Francis still holds the gun pointed in the direction of Alice. Makes his way towards the fridge and opens it up yet again. Checking the food, you realize that this is way more food than even Mr. Edgar could eat. Arguably, there could be enough food here to feed a few children as well, or at least prepare meals for a bunch of them here before taking them elsewhere. Arguably. But whether or not you believe Alice is entirely up to you. Alright. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to throw them out there, because I will just go directly into having Francis ask them. Otherwise, he begins to look around and ponder what had happened. It is made of bacon, lettuce, and tomato, Corba. You can begin to look around. Let's go with an investigate. You look around the apartment. So exclamation mark 2d6. Let's take a quick look around the apartment, see if we can see anything. Oh, 10's not bad. Alright, rolling for investigation. If the food is here, are the kids also here? Ask her where she thinks the kids are. Okay, listen, let's say that what you're saying is true. That Mr. Edgar has something to do with child trafficking. You think the kids are here? No, I don't. I think that maybe Mr. Edgar is having a meeting with the buyers sometime today. I managed to interrogate one of the men who have been stealing the kids, and he's mentioned something about having a meetup with a potential investor. I assumed that's who you might have been when you came out of his apartment this morning. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's see. That is a 3. So 1, 2, 3. That is an 8 on our investigate. As you begin to look around, you do find what appears to be a small. It's kind of like a coloring book, which looks very peculiar for a professor's house to have a children's coloring book here. As far as you know, Professor Edgar has never had kids here. It is all too certain as it dawns upon you that that what she is saying might actually hold a measure of truth. All right. The scene is yours. Can she help investigate? Yeah, she can. She can give you a bonus. Even with a 9, you kind of well, she actually can't at the moment because she's currently on under 15 milligrams of morphine, so she's barely able to move. Oh, hey, Vix Jaws, nice to see you. What are we doing? Let's see. We are playing City of Mist, a modern noir fantasy role-playing game. Our character, Francis Burke, a paramedic living in a rather rough apartment, has recently found out that his neighbor, who had asked him to house sit, is actually possibly involved in a child smuggling ring. A woman by the name of Alice, who is over there, a rift, rifts of course being people with magic powers given to them by legends and stories, has informed them that, has informed Francis that she is certain that Mr. Edgar is actually responsible for having stolen some kids. You need to find out how and where and why and many other things, and you're investigating his apartment at present. What kind of food is in the fridge? Mostly sundry stuff. So there's like some vegetables and some fresh produce, milks, butters, that kind of thing. If anything, you could probably suggest that you can make like a bunch of sandwiches, like, finger foods and stuff like that easily. As far as protein goes, there's a lot of cold cut meats, like hams and turkey and the like. Nothing extravagant, so no like big roasts or anything like that. A couple of steaks there, definitely, but yeah. What else has Alice got on her? A quick pat down. All right, patting Alice down, she turns to you suddenly and accuses you of trying to cop a feel. But she gives you a playful smile as you check her for more weapons. She does have a knife in her boot. She does have a wallet in her backpack and a phone. It's clearly a burner phone that she has on her person, but she can't resist as her body is becoming increasingly more numb. Now, with the morphine that's in her body, now I don't understand medicine. I'm going to say this as well, but I will say that you can offer to give her a little bit of adrenaline to help offset some of the morphine. I don't know if that works medically. Please don't mix morphine with adrenaline, but you do have some of that in your medical kit, which I'm going to say for the purposes of our game will help remove the incapacitated condition. If you guys want to. Rift's getting their power from legend and story. Her name is Alice. She's got rabbit legs. Did she get her powers from Alice in Wonderland? Oh, maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Yep, let's help her. Edgar's phone number's on the fridge. Let's give him a call. That's not a bad idea. All right. Well, I don't see any oppositions to helping her, and I don't see any oppositions to calling Edgar. So, you pull out a small shot of morphine. Coffee would be safer? Sure. Yeah, I think coffee would be fine. Let's start with coffee. You make your way over and you make some coffee that is in Edgar's house. It's actually quite good as you pour some out. She takes the cup off you, and again very weakly moves it to her lips and starts to drink it. Her body shakes a little bit, but she's slowly feeling a little bit better. Reaching over to the fridge, you can see on the front there is, in case of emergencies, please call this number. You pull the bit of paper out and you begin to call. Ding, 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 ding. The phone rings. Hello, yes, Professor Edgar speaking. Ed, hi, this is Francis. Oh, yes, I'm terribly sorry, I'm just in a wind tunnel. Is everything all right? Yeah, no, that's, everything's fine. I just wanted to know, is it normal, for for Ginger Snaps to be gone for so long. I haven't seen him this morning. Yes, no. Normally he comes in for food in the morning, but if he hasn't shown up, that's fine. He's been fed last night, and he'll make do until this evening. You sure you're all right? You seem a little bit out of breath. Yeah, no, I just got back from my run. I thought maybe I'd try feeding Mr. Ginger Snaps again, but hadn't seen him. Okay, well, not a problem. Now, at this point, as he is on the phone, I'm going to get you guys to make an investigate check. You are listening around what's happening here. You're trying to build exactly like where exactly Edgar is. So, exclamation 2d6 as you are listening. Jake Spice, can we ask how long she's had her powers? Is it a good idea to confront rifts? It depends on the nature of the rift, right? She doesn't know that you've noticed her power, and she hasn't noticed yours. So as far as the both of you know, only you are aware that she is a rifter. All right, we got some good ones. Maybe Edgar is the Pied Piper. 3 lackeys of 3 blind mice who can't help but follow him and steal kids. Oh, that is a good one. That's really good. I wish I'd thought of it. Sadly I didn't. All right. That is a score of 3 on the investigate. 6, 7. Okay, cool. We got a couple more here. Let's turn this into a roll here. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a 3, which is a 7. All right. So you are listening very carefully to the sounds there. All of a sudden, it reaches 10 o'clock, and you hear the sounds of a bell. It rings 10 times. You know this bell to be the historical clock tower at the city's university. Likely he is at work at the university. However, the sound seems dull and distant, almost as if he's underground. Because you have, as you can see underneath the relationships, your wife was very interested in historical sites. I would also say that you would know that beneath the actual university itself is actually a storage facility that is used to house some of the rare materials that they use at the university, as it doubles up as both a center for learning and a museum. There are a bunch of different things that get put on display from the alumni who had graduated and done great and wondrous things. However, some of those things that have aged too long are kind of in a holding pattern for being sent to a museum. They are stored in this underground sort of area. That's likely where Edgar has gone. At this point, you say, "Yeah, no worries. I won't bother you any further. But thanks, Professor." Oh, not at all. Thank you. And you know, don't hesitate to call me, please. Like I said, Mr. Ginger Snaps is very dear to me, and I'd hate for anything bad to happen. Yes, of course. And you watch as Francis hangs up. Alice sort of looks at you and says, "Well, did you learn anything extra?" It's up to you guys. Do you want to tell her what you found out? Do you want to kind of leave her in the lurch? I mean, are we working with this woman? Let's start. You know what? Let's do a vote. Let's start with that. Are we working with Alice? Okay. Manage poll. New poll. New friend. Working with her, still our prisoner. Don't believe her. Work alone. All right, there we go. Imagine the Rift whose mythos is Humpty Dumpty. Rip that guy. Yeah, that's true. All right. There are our votes. Yeah, the Yuki-onna and stuff like that. Yeah, they exist. There are riffs for everything. Any kind of story, fictional or otherwise, like legends, lore, mythos, they all kind of have a place in the city. We're working with her? All right. He says, all right, listen, I don't know how to feel about this, but I can't just turn idly by and let small children die. We have to do something. She stands up and she says, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Look, I think he's at the university. There's an underground area where they keep a lot of museum pieces and artifacts. I think he might be there. Why do you say that? I could hear the sound of the university clock tower. It must be the place for the buy. I mean, no one would expect the professor to be out of place if he was conducting the deals in the university, and no one goes down to those old museum places anyway, right? That's right. It's quite far underground, if I remember, and Lord, you wouldn't be able to hear anything from down there. Damn. All right, well, what say we go to the university? Yeah, but I don't know how much help I can be. I'm not a fighter. I don't have a... At this point, she looks around the room, and underneath the bed produces a gun. At this point, she flips the gun up and hands it to you. Do we take the gun? Yay or nay? Do we take the firearm? Oh, the kid who was shot. Let's head to the hospital and interrogate him. Lackeys to score. That's true. We could do that. You know what? Let's just take the gun. This guy, the Jabberwock. And the Ginger Snap is the Bandersnatch. Maybe. That'd be very cool. No one said that rifts had to be people. All right. Giving time for Alice to recover. Our hero sets out. I want to cast gun. All right, let me just get the gun here real quick and add it to our sheet just so that we have it. All right, there we go. So now we have power boost and firearm. So we have the firearm tag. So the way these tags work is because we've picked up a weapon, we now have firearm, which means we get a bonus if we are trying to shoot people with something. So there you go. Also remember the police wanted to talk to us at some point. Well, the police were looking for people. It doesn't necessarily mean that they knew who was there, right? So you begin to make your way towards... Well, actually, no, we need to figure out where we're going. Hospital or the university? Let's manage a poll, new poll. Where to next? University. Police station. Hospital. Other. And I'll leave it open to suggestion. Is it loaded? Yes, the gun is loaded. It currently has 6 bullets, let's say. I believe an old man has that's a dog walker actually has Cerberus, and it's like it looks like he's got like just a bunch of dogs to most people, but it's actually one big three-headed dog. Yeah, there's some really cool riffs that are already in the game out there. Sure, but if we get targeted police officers, we might be able to ask about the series of shootings that's been happening recently. She'll tell you that she has been responsible for those shootings. That she's been shooting people. She says it's all to do with the trafficking ring. Actually, you know what? Let's roleplay that. So she goes, so you're heading to the hospital. Okay. So on the way to the hospital, you'll talk about that. You'll be like, so I heard that there was a series of shootings in addition to that. Was that all you? Yeah, that was me. I've been, like I said, I've been tracking down the multiple missing children, and these are all people that have been working for Mr. Edgar. All of them? Well, yeah. I didn't want to kill anyone, and that was never my intention. But none of them were willing to provide me the information. It was almost as if he had them under some sort of spell or control, something that that stopped them from being able to sell him out. I'm pretty confident that when we get to the hospital, the kid's going to tell us more or less the same thing. How can you be so certain? Well, it's almost as if they had amnesia, or that something just wasn't sitting right with them. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Yeah. You make your way, and finally, after a couple of hours, you end up at the hospital. You actually have a medical license, and you have no trouble getting into the room where the young boy is. He's sitting in a bed with his arm in a sling. The wound now stitched up. No bullet fragments remained. You'd actually done a fantastic job tending to his wound. As you walk into the room, no one stops you, and you approach the kid, who immediately begins to come out in sweats as he sees Alice walk in. You pull the curtain over and approach the bed. Alice steps on the other side. All right, now, listen here. I don't know if you remember me from the other night, but I'm fairly sure you remember her, from the looks of you. Yeah, no, I do. I got nothing to say to you. You begin to mentally scan his body. You could see that his heart rate is increasing just rapidly. He is frightened. He is afraid. But oddly enough, you're not certain that if he's afraid of Alice. She looks to him and says, "Now listen here, unless you want a bullet to go in a place that's going to be far more useful to you when you get older." You watch as she sort of reaches her hand towards her gun, and sort of lays it down, kind of pointing at his crotch. She says, "Then you're going to have to give us some answers." Francis says, "Is it true that you've been attending Professor Edgar's classes?" What, Professor Edgar? Yeah, we have. I mean, we're just students. We don't pay attention or nothing. Yeah. And does Professor Edgar run any extracurricular activities? Look, I don't know, man. I don't know. You immediately tell he is lying. All right, we are going to make a convince check. A convince check has been called. So, exclamation 2d6, and let's see what happens. We're also going to add in, while I remember, we're also going to add in Alice as an ally. I wish I had a better place to put this. Do I have a better place to put this? I don't really. I'm just going to make these. I'm just going to fiddle around here. There we go. Power boost. Leave that there. Actually, no, let's put the power boost down here, maybe? No, definitely up here. Down here? Here. There it is. No. Don't like it. No, definitely there. All right, there you go. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5 and a plot twist. Hey, thank you so much, Jay Spites. All right, let's see what happens with our plot twist. So here's what happens first. First of all, let's do the convince roll. All right, that's number 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a score of 8. So that will convince him to let us in on what's happening. Now, Jay Spites, we are doing something a little bit different here. We have both a flashback and a plot twist deck. What would you like me to draw from? Would you like me to draw from the plot twist or the flashback deck? Let me know, and then I will draw that, and then that'll determine what he tells us. So what is our Rift character based on? Well, that is a mystery to our character and a mystery to our audience. It will be uncovered as we do more stuff. Could be Escapilius, could be anything. Now, if you want to uncover more, right? So actually, while we're waiting for Jay Spice's answer as to which deck I need to flip from, these cards here represent the fundamental makeup of our character and how tied to our mythos we are. We have one we are touched, so we are barely touching the surface of being a rift, and we have one power. Now, as we resolve elements or sacrifice elements of our character, we then gain powers of the mythos. Likewise, if we wanted to, we could sacrifice our mythos and return to normal everyday life. If we, over here, deal with the relationship that we had with our wife and overcome and sort of move past the grief, we can replace this card with a power from the mythos. There was an event that had happened, which we haven't really talked about yet, but we'll go into it. But once we resolve that event with the lookalike of Michelle, we can replace this card with a mythos. And lastly, if we decide to abandon our training, that is to say we give up being a paramedic and a doctor, that'd be that. Whichever will help the story. 2 boosts or a flashback. Oh, we can do 2 boosts. 2 boosts is fine. No, let's do that. All right. So we're going to add 2 boosts to the chat. There it is. 2 boosts. Done. Yeah. Don't take my thing as a thing. I just normally when it's like when it comes out, it's just like, yeah, okay, what's that? All right, there we go. Power 2 times 2. All right. So, the young kid. All right, listen, I'll tell you what I know, okay? So we were failing class, and there was a way for us to make a little bit of extra money. All right? All we had to do was tell kids that there was a university camp, like a little geniuses thing. Try to convince them to go to it. We just had to hand them a brochure and made sure that they knew that it was a chance for them to get into a good uni. Okay? That's all. That's all we did. At this point, as you're scanning this guy's mind, you notice something wrong. His brain chemistry has acted wild. Almost like little tiny glass cracks have broken and shattered in a bunch of different locations in his mind. Almost as if his mind is now circumventing pieces of memory. It is highly unnatural, and it smells and reeks of rift. All right, well, I guess the next question is why would this lady want to harm you? Why is she after you? Gee, I don't know. You have absolutely no idea? No, man, look, I just do what I get told, and I mean, I didn't deserve to get shot. She then looks angrily at him and says, I saw what you did. I saw you put her in the van. I saw you. And as she looks like she's about to pull a gun out, very quickly, Francis can see that she is about to do something very stupid right now. You can choose. Do you stop her from punching the kid in the face and assaulting an injured child? Do you let it happen? Or do you do something else? Is read biochemistry a passive? Well, yeah. Once you've activated it, you can basically see it at all times. I mean, yeah. So these are all passive. So they happen all the time. You can only just target a single individual at a given time. Stop her. All right, so I've got to stop her. All right. All right, if no one's objecting to stopping her, you Francis quickly places her gun, grabbing her hand and putting it in her jacket, just in time as a doctor emerges and pulls the screen open. As he does so, this is Doctor. Let's see. Let's call it Dr. Elias Green. All right. All right, there we go. Now, wicked lag. Why is there wicked lag? Hold on, let me see if I can clear that up. I do apologize. I am testing out a bunch of different stuff. Okay. Okay, hopefully that has dealt with the lag a little bit. Might need to make my polls a little bit longer just to give you all a chance. Yeah, I'll do that as well. Okay. Yeah, sorry, everything is just lagging at the moment. But it is very slowly repairing itself as I am slowly but surely giving myself a bit more free stuff to work on. Ah, okay, this is it. This is what's taking up my bandwidth. There it is. Okay. Okay, that should help out a lot now. Okay. Cool. So, as we were saying, Dr. Green comes in and says, well, what's going on in here? Francis, are you, well, why are you here? Why are you seeing this patient? It's just a family friend. Right? As he says, looking at the kid. Yeah, no, right. The Alice and Francis both then turn and walk away. Well, what was that for? I don't know what it was. That kid had something wrong with him. You were right. Their minds have been tampered with. It was almost like looking at broken glass or like a stained glass window that had fallen on the floor. Look like? You stop for a moment. Yeah. I kind of have this a power. You're a rifter like us, or like me. Yeah, yeah. I can kind of see how people's bodies work. That's how you dodged my bullets. Yeah, yeah. Well, can you read minds? Not quite. I can see how people's emotions affect them. If their face becomes flushed, they're nervous. If their adrenaline spikes, they're angry. If their brain cerebrospinal fluids are discharging large quantities of electricity, then there's a state of fugue or confusion. That's what seemed to be happening to this young boy. I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd say someone dug into his mind and just started making connections everywhere that just didn't exist. That sounds absolutely horrendous. Horrible. Well, what should we do now? I think we need to go to the university. That's going to be our best lead, at least for now. Okay. The two of them make their way down to the bus station. Catching the small city tram to the outskirts of the city leads them to the prestigious city university, a large, sprawling campus where many great and powerful minds come to learn and to enlighten themselves. The campus is an open area with very little, sort of restriction in terms of people coming in. However, there are some buildings which are off limits, which of course include the display areas and the underground undercrofts and stuff. There are several security guards who patrol the area. They're the university security. They have like the little flashlight, but no real like gun or anything like that. And there are of course the on-campus dorms that exist adjacent to the actual main school itself. The kids' clothes. No, the kids' clothes are kind of kept away. Let's presume, J Spites, that you have looked at them before. There's nothing really of value in there. If we could have found the brochure, it might have helped. Oh, actually, yeah. You know what? The thing is that there was no brochure. That was an implanted memory. Their version of the brochure, as it were, was them putting children into vans. Alice says without a shadow of a doubt that she saw these three guys pick up a small child and throw them into a van. They didn't see who was driving the van or anything like that, but that's what had happened. For now, however, you are at the university. It is up to you as to what you want to do. You can go and try and search around the campus, see if you can find any information. You can maybe try and talk to some of the students. You could split up and look for clues. Alice can go and try and find something, or you could, I don't know. It's up to you. What would you guys like to do at the university campus? Let me know what you would like to do at campus. Split the party! Yeah, we can split the party. All right. Well, with no what's the word? No protesting. Investigate. Look for clues. All right. The both of you move and split off, beginning to look for clues as you leave. You agree to meet here in an hour, and share what you guys have learned. And Alice will move. All right. Let us throw in the poll. Where do we investigate? We are going to investigate the square. So this is the center area. Or should I say the commons area? Cafeteria. Security office. The main school. And the dorm rooms. Do you know the area where the professor teaches? Not specifically, but you would be able to figure that out when you investigate the school. Oh, actually, sorry. Let me do that poll again real quick. Investigation, just so that we can increase this. Okay, so security, commons area, dorms, faculty, and what was the other one? Security, yada yada. Cafeteria. All right, 2 minutes on the clock. There we go. There it is. All right. Where's our investigation leading us? Looks like we got one for the faculty. All right, well, Corba, let me know which one you want, and I will add that into the result. Yeah, okay, so yeah. I think with the lag for the time being, having the 2 minutes is helping. Try and find the attendance. Okay, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Also, thank you to J Spites for giving Ricky a gifted sub. Thank you so much. You're at 39 gifted subs. Almost hitting the big 5-0, dude. That's amazing. Thank you so much for your generosity. Where is she investigating? She'll investigate one of the places that you don't investigate. So, while you're searching the faculty, she will search the dorms, as that is a place no one wants to go. Alright. So. Alright, so we are heading into the faculty. The faculty building is led up to by a set of beautiful staircases leading to these 2 pillars and a large double door. High above is a tower that looms behind the actual facility itself with a massive clock tower. It is going on 11 a.m. at this point, and you can see a large group of the university students moving through this area. You are in search of Professor Edgar and, of course, the underground area. Having been here before, you step through these hallowed halls. Immediately, the scene changes. All right, let's see if we can do this. This might be cool. All right, just queuing this up. Also, hi, Odd Bandicoot. The woman is now working with you to try and bring an end to a kidnapping ring. Turns out the professor may have been stealing children, and she's trying to hunt him down. All right. So, no, I don't like this. Let's try something else. Yeah, this should be a good one. Nice. All right. As you step through the halls of the university, your mind begins to drift. You suddenly hear the sound of the bell and look to your left as these ghostly images of students that you once knew moving through the corridors and heading to their classes, books in hand, hairstyles and haircuts from the 90s. As you kind of watch this happen, you then have this smell, a perfume that just fills you with nostalgia, of vanilla and strawberries, kind of aroma, wafts past you, along with this big flash of brilliant red hair. You close your eyes for a moment and remember your time at the university. You remember studying hard to try and pass your medical exams. But no matter what you did, it was always a struggle. You look down the corridor and you could see among the lockers, you kind of dropping your books onto the floor as people like just walked past and ignored you. But then that smell, that vanilla and strawberry smell. The younger version of you looks up and sees this absolutely gorgeous woman staring at you, brushing her hair out of the side of her eyes as she helps you pick up your books. She asks you what you're studying, and you tell her that you're trying to be a doctor. She smiles and laughs. She says, that's funny because she was trying to be a doctor as well, but she decided that she actually wanted to go into pediatrics. Looking after kids just seemed to be a thing for her. You kind of laugh, and the both of you pick up your books and find out that you're sharing a class together. You walk together down the corridor. Can I help you, sir? The voice snaps you out of your vision as you look around, and you can see that there's a security guard who's walking up behind you. Yeah, listen, you lost. You got a class that's somewhere over here. No, actually, I'm trying to find Professor Edgar. Yeah, Professor Edgar. Give me a second. Hey, you guys know where Professor Edgar is? Is he in his office? You hear a voice back. Professor Edgar's on his day off. Yeah, no. I think I did see him on campus though. Maybe try his office. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Look, today's his day off, so he's not supposed to be here. But if you want, I can take you up to his office. What's your name, kid? Francis Burke. You got your student ID on you? Well, guys, you do not have a student ID, and this guy is he's probably going to take you. But if you're not a if you're not a member of the student group community, what are you going to tell him? What do we tell this guy? Welcome back, McBluff. Let's see. Are we going to fight the security guard? Are we going to lie to him? Forgot my card. Are we going to tell him truth? We're neighbors, and you need to talk to him. Are you going to try and leave and sneak back in? Or are you just going to leave? All right, 2-minute poll. Let's go! We would have a national registry card as a paramedic. Yeah, I imagine you would. I mean, you would have that as the equivalent of your medical license. Like, you would have identification that you are legit. Medical license here on assignment? Yeah, okay, that's a good one. All right, it seems like everyone wants to lie to this guy. So I need exclamation 2d6 to convince him that you have your medical license, that you are a colleague who is looking to gain some information, and you can present your national registry to prove that you are, of course, a graduate of that you are, of course, a medical physician and stuff. Oh, then again, truth is sneaking up. Truth is definitely sneaking up. All right, looks like we are going to lie to him. All right, exclamation 2d6. Let's get it done. And let's see if we can convince this guy. Ooh, these are not good numbers. Okay. 2, 3, 8, 10. What else we got? 2, 3, 8, 10. 3. 2, 3, 8, 10, 3. All right. 11. And anyone else? Last call. All right, that is a 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is Cinder 1313 with the 10. All right. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm not a student here. I'm actually a visiting alumni. I graduated from here, and the professor's a acquaintance of mine. I was hoping to be able to catch up with him while I'm here delivering a talk with some of the other students. Oh, is that right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No worries. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll take you up to the office, and we can see if he's there. And if he's not, look, I don't want to get in your way, but I'll see if I can keep the dispatch, kind of looking at, and we'll let him know that you're looking for him. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be a surprise anyway, and I'm sure we can catch up at another time if he's not there. But yeah, if we can check his office, that'd be great. Also, yes, you did, Odd Bandicoot. Yes, you did. The security guard leads you up the flight of stairs. As you do so, you kind of take a look around. You can kind of see there's a couple of missing student posters like up on the walls here. Sorry, not missing student. Well, there's a couple of missing students, but more specifically, there's like a couple of missing kid posters and stuff on the walls as well. As you make your way to the office, you watch as the security guard goes up to one of the doors, which says Professor Edgar. He knocks on the door. Professor, you in here? Professor, you got a visitor. There seems to be no answer. Ah, damn it. Well, look, sorry, buddy. I'll like I said, I'll keep an eye out. But if you don't find him, enjoy your stay at the university. Yeah. Yes. No, I will. Thank you. And we'll yeah, I'll just show myself out. Yeah. Okay, no worries. And you begin to make your way away. The security guard moves in a different direction, but you can choose to stay behind if you want. Now, here's your choices. As the security guard leaves, you may infiltrate the office. So that means you're going to try and break in somehow. You can search for the underground storage. You can bust open the door. Why not? You could try to regroup with Alice. Or you could, I guess you could look around a bit more. Search the hallways. Alright, there you go. Alright. I'm gonna try to go back to the 1 minute polls. 1 minute poll! What are we gonna do, guys? Cast your votes. Do we know what Edgar teaches? Physics, if you were to believe what was on the board from the photograph earlier. Infiltrate the office. Ooh, lots of people want to get into his office. I'm liking it. All right. Infiltrate, find some clues, head into the basement. Easy done. Okay. Maybe Alice knows how to lockpick. That's true. We do not know how to lockpick, nor do we have any equipment to do so. You do have... Well, I'm going to say that retroactively, you guys traded Alice's number. So if you want... let's just say you can call her. I think that's a good call here. So, you pick up your phone and you ring Alice. You tell her to meet where to meet you, and she finds her way there. Once arriving, she says, "Hey, well, if this is Edgar's office, then breaking in is definitely a good idea. Just keep an eye out." She kneels down by the door lock and pulls out some picking tools. You're trying to find clues to where Professor Edgar, your neighbor, is maybe, quote unquote, likely hiding some stolen kids. The door clicks and swings open. And inside you can find quite a large and very, very well kept office. Beautiful massive table, big chair, large window. You're on the second story, so you can see out into the courtyard. And more importantly, on both sides of this room, you see just a wall of these variety of different books. The most interesting thing that you see is hanging above the door that you have just entered is a massive portrait of what looks to be a horse with what looks to be kind of like this very old-timey knight, like kind of gesturing for an army of soldiers behind them to march forward. Yeah, that's kind of what you see there. As you enter, you begin to look around. No one's here. Doesn't seem like anyone's been here today at the very least. But we will get everyone in chat to make us an investigation roll. So again, that is a exclamation 2d6. We are going to give you a bonus +1 for historical sites. So you are very familiar with this place, and of course the makeup of it. Hey, there's actually a hidden compartment over here, or there's a safe behind this wall here. Because back when you were in this university, you're now I can't even find the word. Michelle once showed great interest in the historical leanings of this school, and was very interested to find out everything she could. All right, we have one score of 2d6. We got a 6. Anyone else got anything to throw out? Let me know. Roll now or forever hold your peace. Exclamation 2d6 from anyone in chat who wants to roll for our investigate. So we got a 6, we got a 7, we got an 8. We got a 10. Nice. That's a good one. Got a 7, It's looking pretty good. Pretty much as long as we don't roll a 1, we will pass so far. Odd Bandicoot with a 3. Okay, let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here we go. That is a 4. All right. Oh, actually, we got a couple more. Let's roll a higher one. Let's roll a D8. Here we go. Rolling a D8. That is a 2. So that is 1, 2. That is a 7 from Marcus the DM. So thank you, Marcus. Now, searching over this room, you can see that there are just a ton of like these like sculptures and things like that, pictures and portraits. You'd almost think that this guy was a history professor rather than an actual physics professor. On the table, there are several notes and books that seem to allude to the shipment of, strangely enough, pieces of museum property. It talks about a variety of different transportation methods, but the weird thing is that there is an upkeep cost on each and every item. You can see that there is a time and a date, and the time and date is 30 minutes from now, and the address is at the university. You can see that there is a small instruction on how to get down into the lower area through the actual main commons area. There's a koi pond in the center of the commons area, or nearby the center of the commons area, and within there is an old and very, very unused tool shed. The tool shed will be left open between these following times. Head in, and there is a key that will unlock a trap door that will lead you down into the lower area. With no time to lose, our heroes make their way, taking the note with them. Just kind of, these are ledgers, so this is potential evidence here. So, you kind of tuck that into your shirt as you gain... Actually, you know what? This is actually a good point as well to add in. Clues. So in City of Mist, we also get clues. Now, clues afford us direct answers when we do stuff. So we've actually made it, we've actually done so well on our actual investigation that if you guys in the audience have any questions you just want an answer to, you are now entitled to a, quite literally, straight answer. So good job. You have done very well. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. That'll work. Yeah. And then I'll do that. Yeah. Yeah, that looks all right. Good. All right. BLT sandwich breakdown before we confront him. Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. As you are heading down towards the commons area, you take a quick moment and sort of start eating your BLT. Alice looks kind of hungry at you. Here's the most important question. Do you share the BLT? There you go. Do you share your BLT sandwich? I got a question. Where's my truck? All right. Do you share your sandwich? Cast your votes. Let me know. All right. What's on the dollar menu in the Uni Cafe? Probably spaghetti. It's a spaghetti night. Or spaghetti day. All right. Through the commons area, you find yourself at the shed. Alice leans down, again working hard and picking the lock. It opens up the shed, and you can see that there is the trapdoor there. It is still left open from someone having traveled down recently. Before you go, you offer her half of a sandwich. She accepts it and eats it. The both of you enjoying it as you prepare for what could be a very, very dangerous confrontation. Oh, look at you guys all sharing. That's so wonderful. I love you guys. Next wife confirmed. Maybe, who knows? All right. You climb down the stairs and you enter this dark and mysterious looking corridor. Let's see. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. There we go. All right. That flow was over before you had it written on my stream. Lots of lag. Damn it. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go with the 2-minute one. It's fine. I tried the 1-minute one again. Didn't work. So, heading down the stairs, you find yourself in the... No, this is not right. This is not right. Let's... I need to find the right tunage. Oh, yes, please. Let this be the one. Nope, that's not it. Damn, I was really hoping for something good there. There we go. All right. Making your way down into the dark, the two of you walk hand in hand. Well, not hand in hand, but you walk side by side. Both guns at the ready. You can see a lantern lit further up ahead, hanging on the wall. We're going to get everyone to roll 2d6 for a sneak as you begin to make your way towards where you believe you will find Edgar. Alright, well, I think he might be up ahead. Stay sharp. Have you ever used a gun before? I haven't used a gun before. I mean, maybe when I was a kid and, you know, we went to, like, a carnival. You kidding me? You've never used a gun before? Well, I'm a doctor. I took the Hippocratic Oath. I can't just, you know, I can't just, I can't do harm to others. It's against the code. Against the code? This man steals children. What good are you if you can't use that gun? Her words are very deep cutting as she says that. All right. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a 6, which is going to... Actually, no, I'll give you a +1 for the historical sites because you are familiar with the region and familiar with the area. So that'll pass. As you make your way through the dark, up ahead you can see what looks to be a large chamber where several cages, 6 of them, have several children lying on the floor, not malnourished, but kind of like just weak and weary. You could see that a man is kind of walking, pacing back and forth, and several of these kind of hooligan-like thugs are kind of just sort of listlessly standing at attention. Now listen, I don't give an absolute crap who you think you are. You are not welching on this deal. Yes, no, I know that there's been a lot of heat. I know that some of my men have been attacked, but that is none of your concern. I'll have you know that I have some of the best Kingsmen here ready to move this shipment, and I'll sell it to your opponent like in a heartbeat. No, you already missed the time for today. I'm gonna have to repack this merchandise, and you're gonna have to deal with that. As the rather rotund figure of Mr. Mr. Edgar is talking on the phone, he hangs up on someone and throws his phone against the wall. It shatters and falls. Immediately, the thugs, all of which wearing the same sort of kind of like hooligan outfit, kind of look. What now, boss? What now? What now? I don't know. What now? What now is we need to put these products back on the shelves until they're ready to be sold. That means the longer I need to pay these upkeep costs, the more it's going to cost me to. At this point, I feel like I may as well just be rid of them. I mean, they're hardly fresh anymore. She looks around. As he does so, he takes out his cane and sort of pokes one of the kids. All right, what do we do? Do we jump out, guns blazing? Do we try and arrest him? Do we hold him? No, yeah, so gun blazing, arrest him, sneak up, keep listening. Let Alice do the talking. Alright, if anyone's got any other things they want to do, let me know. There are 3 guards, 3 thugs, and Edgar. Hashtag kill Edgar. Murder. Oh, we got lots of people saying sneak up on him. All right, sneak up. How many guards are there? 3 guards. 3 guards. All right. That's looking pretty unanimous, so let's roll that. Exclamation 2d6. Let's give that a go. Let's freaking get him. Ooh, we got some for guns blazing. All right, let's roll 2d6. Exclamation 2d6. There we go. Corba with the 3 coming in. Who else we got? Ricky coming in with a 4. Ooh, these aren't great stealth rolls. We're gonna get a +1 from the historical sites tag. Oh, that's a 4. Ooh, these aren't looking great. These aren't looking great. Can we get 3 more rolls from the chat, please? Let's see how we go. We got a 6. 6 is good. 6 is good. So we need to get a 5 on the roll. 5 or 6, because Cinder's also got a 7. All right, here we go. Ooh, unfortunately, that is a 3. And also, thank you, Odd Bandicoots, for the bit donation. Much, much, much appreciated. 1, 2, 3. All right, Sordak 355. With the 3, what did you get actually? So like 355 was a 4. So with the +1 from the historical site gives us a 5. We can delete them all except the 10. All right. So we've got a 5. We do have 2 boosts. Yeah, we do have 2 boosts. The only way we're gonna pass is if we get those 2 boosts. So in chat now, 1 if you want to use the boost, 2 if you want to not use it. And keeping in mind, this is both of the boosts. So let me know. Also, in case people want to know, Juice, by the way, which is our $20 donation, is you automatically get a 7, which is a pass. Actually, hold on. Let me read up what Juice is, because Juice has it has a whole thing. Here we go. Okay, so juice is basically a crit. What it specifically gives you is, here it is. Player guide, there it is. All right. Juice 232. All right, so juice gives you, represents your ability to shape what's going on, yada yada yada. Okay, so allows you to create a new story tag, burn a story tag, and in doing so, gives you sorry, just reading through this. Yada yada yada. 4 juices. Yada yada yada. Every batch of juice you receive has a method that you can use it. Dispensing hours. Once juice. Yeah. Spend juice. The effect is must fit the thing that you're using. Okay, so create a new story tag, burn a tag, give them a status, reduce or remove a status. So those are the things that you can use for juice for. So creating a status could literally create and generate something from thin air. That's kind of how it is. All right, so power boost. That's what we're going to be doing. All right, you sneak up. As you sneak up on him, gun pointed to his head. Edgar, give up now. We know what you're doing. He puts his hands up and he turns slowly. Francis? What are you doing down here? What am I doing down here? I think the better question here, Professor, is what are you doing down here? Well, I this is all just a big misunderstanding. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for all of... At this point, he looks to see Alice. Oh, it's you. Yes, it's me. And I'm finally done. Now listen, I'm sure we can talk about this. There's no need to resort to violence. No, there's always a resort to violence. Every time of year around this time, spring and new life kicks you into a whole new state of villainy. You're not always this way. But each time you come back, I'll be here, and I'll be waiting. And I will protect the next generation. Look, they're fine. I mean, this is just they're perfectly healthy. I haven't done anything to any of them yet, and there's no need to execute me for no reason. There is, because if I don't stop you now, then I never will, and you won't stop here. All right, Francis, it is now your turn. Do you wish to stop? Do you wish to stop Alice? Stop Alice from killing. Allow Alice to kill. Convince Alice for mercy. Side with Edgar. Or do nothing. All right, there we go. All right. What are we going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final vote for the evening. Ooh, looks like you guys are keen on convincing Alice for mercy. All right, I'm liking this. Choose mercy, but then I realize if she kills him, we get to adopt Mr. Ginger Snaps. That's, well, even if he gets arrested and goes to jail, you still get to adopt Mr. Ginger Snaps. She needs some morphine to mellow out. All right, we're gonna turn him in. Okay. I need 2d6 from our chat as we try to convince. First of all, we're gonna try and convince Alice not to kill this guy. So, let's make it happen. Let's see what's gonna go down. All right, we got some good numbers here. Oh, Marcus. Look, ultimately it's all gonna come down to it, and it's more fun when we throw in a few things. But yep, it'll happen. The only time I'll be bummed out is if it's ever a 12 on the first one. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna roll a d8 here. 8, 9. Oh, okay, so wait, there we go. All right, that is 1, 2, 3. Corbever. That is an 8. That is a success. Now listen, there's no need to kill him. What do you mean there's no need to kill him? I just told you. No, listen. We have him. We have him dead to rights. He can't make a move without risking himself, and we can turn him over to the police. You think the police are going to believe what happened here? What, that the professor coerced several students into human trafficking? I mean, we've got all the evidence we need right here. She looks around, and she remembers the ledger that you now have, which is written in his handwriting. Maybe you're right. I mean, this shit happens every year. And what would you do with him if he doesn't give up? I'll take responsibility. You turn over to the professor. Now, you're going to come quietly and confess to what you've done. Oh yes, no, of course I will. I'll confess to everything. Trust me, I'll be certain to set myself straight. As he does so, you know he's lying. You hear the pulse twitching as you stare at him. You watch as he then opens his eyes and looks towards you. He smiles, but his mouth cracks and breaks like eggshell. He reaches up towards you, and you watch as the world around you starts to fracture and shatter, almost like it's being broken. We are going to face the danger and try to stave off his shattered mind ability. So, let's make a roll 2d6. Oh, thanks, Rick. I'm hoping to work on that a little bit and see if we can fix that up a bit. Predicting actions. Yep, I'm happy to give that as a boost for predicting actions. So that's a +1, but I need 2d6s for our face danger check. Yes, Marcus, it is correct. It is Humpty Dumpty, is the mythos of this guy. All right. Yeah, man. Look, I'm sorry if you're hearing this, then the lag is really bad. Like it's like maybe like 30 seconds to a minute before you guys get what I say. So I apologize for that in advance. But as long as you're enjoying the tunes, enjoying the show, I'm happy. So okay, here we go. Let's see. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Rolling the D8 here. That is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Odd Bandicoot, that is you, my friend, with an 8. As the shattered visage moves past you, you can see that you could see the cracks as they appear, and your eyes begin to glow. Now, here's the catch. I'm going to put one last vote up. I was going to make the last one the last vote, but now this will be the last vote. Okay? Your last vote. You can let Alice shoot him. Unleash your mythos. Try to knock him out, or die for cover. All right, there we go. Vote is up. Yeah, no. You know what's really cool as well is you guys have started like pick on the little foreshadowing things. Like, yeah, his name was Edgar. The only thing you had in your fridge at the start of the game today was a single egg. You know, like, yeah, lots of little ties to like that. Oh man, this is such a vibe. I love this one. Unlimited power. Okay. All right. I think everyone wants to see the unlimited power move. Okay. Unleash. All right, super move time. I need everyone to roll me a 2d6 as we unleash our mythos. Now, there are actually a few other abilities and powers apart from these 8 that we can actually do. Normally, this is just stuff that we need to do stuff with. Now, unleashing our power. Stop holding back. When you use your powers in a new, never-before-seen scale, what you hope to achieve. On a hit, you play out the way you want. No return. Ultimate. And that's if you pay the price. Ooh, no, we wouldn't do that one. Wouldn't do that one. Yeah. So this is a hit it with all you got. When you have a clear shot and use your abilities to hit something or something with everything you have, roll plus power. On a hit, you give the target appropriate status. Okay. Cool. Here we go. Dag, I think you can end the poll early. Well, we can. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, here we go. Now, because we are unleashing our power, we are going to be using both our mental scan, body chemistry, and medical training. Surgical expertise. Yeah, we're going to go with that. So we're actually getting a +4 to this, as we're going to hit this guy with everything we got. So, that is an 8. So that is, let's go through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that is Cinder 1313 +4. That brings you to 10. That is a critical hit. All right. Which means All right, here we go. Yeah, this will be it. Okay, one moment while I get this queued up. All right. As the cracks appear in the air, all of a sudden, your eyes begin to sink, and cracks begin to appear in your face. But these look different. These aren't the same as the kind of eggshell cracks. These are more like lightning conduits that run through your eyes. They begin to go and they take on that kind of same black and green kind of look. You suddenly reach down into your backpack, and you pull out your surgical tools and start to walk towards Edgar, who continues to try and crack and snap the world around you to break something inside of you. But you can predict every single angle that it seems to come towards as you step towards him. As you do so, and I hope you guys like this. Let's see if I can make this work. All right, what you see All right. So, your eyes glow green, and you once again feel these cracks appear and move out of their way. Alice is aiming her gun, but you're in the way. She can't actually see these cracks in the world. As you step forward, with the scalpel in hand, you place the bladed edge on the top of his forehead, and it looks as though you're about to pass the scalpel into his brain, but you don't. Your hand becomes almost incorporeal as you place it inside of his brain, and you feel the synaptic resonance. You feel the electricity. And as this happens, you then create what looks to be various stitches around his cerebral various membranes. You watch as stitches start. Well, you don't watch, but you feel the stitches start to intertwine and reconnect different synapses. You then pull his hand. You'll pull your hand back out of his brain. Scalpel still in hand, and you place it back in your doctor's kit. As this happens, you watch as Edgar is now passive and lobotomized. He seems to be unmoving. Alice stops with her gun, pointing it downwards, uncertain of what she had seen. The electricity once again sort of crackles across your face and returns to your eyes, and your vision returns to you. You're a little worse for wear, but the power subsides. In the hours that follow, the police place Professor Edgar in a cop car, taking him away for processing, likely also taking him to the city's asylum to spend the rest of his days getting treatment. It does come out, and the university faces a lot of embarrassment as one of their professors was responsible for a small kidnapping ring. As you are trying to avoid the papers and the like, one of the police officers, sort of comes up to you. You kind of try to hide yourself because Alice is taking most of the credit for having brought down Edgar. He says, "Hey, you, buddy. Yeah, you're that guy that saved that lady in the ambulance. You know, the woman who was dead for like 10 minutes." Yeah. Yeah, that was... I mean, I didn't do anything. It's just she pulled through because she was strong. Hey, listen, she's actually the younger sister of a good friend of mine. So, for what it's worth, thanks, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're welcome. So as the police officer leaves, Francis sort of takes a few moments, and he kind of looks at Alice, who's accompanying the police, to explain what had happened. She kind of looks at you with a very knowing nod, and as she gets in the car, you watch as she pulls out of her pocket what looks to be a small stopwatch. On the back of the stopwatch, there appears to be a visage of a white rabbit. As she looks into it, she closes the pocket watch and enters the car. And Francis is left alone after some time with just some students walking around the university. You take another sigh and smile to yourself as you realize that now you probably have to look after this cat. Also, it'd be a shame if all that food went to waste back at the apartment. Also, you don't know exactly what you're going to tell William next time you go in to buy groceries. I mean, as far as he knows, you might have been dead. You begin to make your way to leave the school, and as you step out into the street, your stalker sense reactivates, and you suddenly have the smell of vanilla and strawberries. And that is where we're going to end today's session. Awesome. That was our playthrough of well, not our only playthrough. We are going to do more, but this was our beta test playthrough of the Crypt Chronicles Twitch plays thing that we're doing, which is of course City of Mist. I hope you guys had fun. Right now, just before we sign off and go raid someone, I would love to get some feedback from you guys. I mean, I know the lag was an issue, and obviously we need to work on the timing of the votes and stuff like that. But let me know, guys. Let me know, what did you think of the story? What did you think of the characters? What do you think of like how the game works? Did you guys feel like it was engaging for you? This is where we are going to be ironing out a lot of the issues and stuff like that. So let me know. Let me know. Let me know in chat. Again, not that I it's required in any way, shape, or form, but of course, donations and the like are always appreciated. They do go a long way, mostly because right now I am saving up to try and go to PAX Australia with the boys, so I will be heading over there. So all donations are working towards airfare and accommodations. We're also, and this is kind of a secret, we're also trying to secretly work on a raffle for a dinner with me, Dredd, and Rob. So that's also up on the cards for anyone who's intending to go to PAX Australia this year. But yeah, let me know some feedback while we look for someone to raid. Good, bad, and ugly. Like everyone knows me, I'm very good with critical feedback as well. So yeah, throw it out there. You were worried about this, but it was actually super freaking awesome. Thanks, Gorbler. Yeah, I am still worried about it to a degree. One, because it's not D&D. Let's start with that. Anything not D&D usually isn't really as popular as anything else. It's a D&D world. It's what it is. Secondly is I'm not as familiar with the rules as I am with other systems, so I'm still learning as well. So there were lots of little elements that I was quite nervous about, but I'm glad that you guys really enjoyed it and you guys had fun. How about yourself? How do you feel playing it? Playing the character? It's good. I think I need to work on my quiet time because I don't like the gap between when I'm asking for votes, and that could just be the lag. But I'd love to be able to like do some more like solo role play. And I think as Francis as a character develops, I'll have more of an idea of like his mannerisms, his accent, and stuff like that, and make it a bit more unique, I think, as time goes on. Heavily interested, Marcus? Awesome. I'm glad lightning was a part of the mythos. Yeah, no, that was very cool. I love the freaking lightning stuff and things like that. I think someone did take a guess at his mythos, which is awesome. I like that. Again, I'm not going to confirm what his mythos is, but I'm glad that we got a peek at it. Well done. Always hard for a DM when 50 people have different ideas and stories and stuff. Love the mystery aspect. Yeah. So this is very much the vibe that we're going with. We're going with very modern, very kind of mysteries and stuff like that. Lots of kind of hidden secrets. Even the little bit with the like the flashback to the university. That's all going to be a huge part of it. Story's great so far. I love how interactive it is. Awesome. Thank you, Cinder. Bot to auto-select the role in chat for each skill, maybe. That would be nice. I don't know how to figure that out, but if you know how to secondhand, let me know. I would definitely love it if it was just a lot more simpler, and I'd love it if I could even get like the end result like on the screen somehow. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. Once the lag is fixed, we can go back to the 1 minute polls just to keep things moving. But other than that, rolls were good. Maybe an overlay to switch to our journal and items page so you don't have to crowd the main game screen. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. I do like that. This stuff, it was new for today because we were figuring stuff out. I think what I'll do is I might create like I don't know, I want to try and maybe create a slideshow and maybe have the slideshow go from this panel below me, flipping it over and then showing like the status conditions that we have and the items that we have, and then flipping it back again. I think the power boost and stuff like that would be okay, but yeah, as for items and stuff like that, I need to find some find some space here. The trouble is because it's all such really fine text. Trying to find that room is tight. So yes, but good advice there. I like that one. I'm gonna write that down. Slideshow for items and tags. Yep. There we go. Or maybe I'll even have the how to play stuff move, because I mean the how to play stuff's good, but maybe having that slideshow coming in with that might be nice too. I don't mind non-D&D games. Yeah, a lot of people don't. You know, like I think a lot of people like have a stigma around Dungeons and Dragons and what it needs to be. But the thing is there are games that are just absolutely perfect for the field that they're in, and for this type of game. One, I wanted to do a Dag Plays with Twitch game for a while, but I didn't want to do something that Robin Dredd did, you know what I mean? And this being a different game system and a different genre was just right up my alley. So this was just perfect for what I needed, and I'm glad that you loved it and had a great time. Honestly, this would be a cool system to run or be ran for. Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. Right now they're doing a Kickstarter for Tokyo Otherscape, which is a like kind of a cyberpunk version of this. So we kind of used the cyberpunk music, but it's still very noir city. But let me promote the Kickstarter real quick for you. And by the way, if you guys want to talk, if you guys do back this, do tag me. Be like, hey, you know, this is the thing we did, and Dead Aussie Gamer ran this thing that was really cool. Mostly because these guys and I could not see eye to eye on sponsorship, so I'm actually not sponsored by these guys, which is a big change for me in my channel, for those of you who see me. But I'm still going to do a free promotion for them because, again, I like the system, and I want them to succeed. I don't want them to fail. So yeah, go check it out, and if you do back it, put a post on Twitter to them, tag at them, and then say, hey, Dead Aussie Gamer's doing some cool stuff. Hey man, it's 4:30. You had me really... Jesus, man, Jay Spites. You are a beast. I mean, I had to be up at 4:30 to record a podcast this morning. So when I say absolute respect, I truly mean it, dude. Like, big respect. Yeah, good on you. But do remember that rest is important as well. Dazzle just came in at the end, but can the how to play stuff be linked via a bot command? Maybe. I mean, maybe that is something to look at. Like, maybe if maybe you have the tags and stuff, and then yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. Maybe I'll investigate that. I like any storytelling game. It is very storytelling. Have I ever tried Savage Worlds? I have tried Savage Worlds. Have I ever thought running of it? No, I haven't thought of running it, only because I don't... I think Savage Worlds for me is just a D&D system. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, I may as well just use D&D or Pathfinder to do effectively the same thing. The thing is I can't use D&D and Pathfinder to run City of Mist, which is why I want to use it. You know, that for me was the bigger tale. I might run a Savage World game for the boys or something at some point. That could be fun. Yeah, that's a cool idea. This is a wicked play Twitch system. GG on the pick. Thanks. I'm glad I could make it. Oh, I'm glad you can make it. And you know what? I know it's like 3, like It must be like 2 a.m. Where you are. So thank you for joining us, Ricky. It is good to see you. And for what it's worth, I do still miss the Tabletop Explorers. I think you guys were a lot of fun. And I really, really, really would love to see you guys doing stuff again. That's just from me to you. That's just a personal thing. So if you do get stuff up and running, do let me know, man. Like, I'd love to help you guys out. Eddie is still one of my best friends. I love Eddie to bits. And would do anything to help you guys out. My friend tried getting me into it, but I couldn't figure out how to make a character. Yeah, it sounds about right. I made a character, and I just had no... Ironically, I actually got to play the game with the author, and he made me my character. He said, what do you want to make? And I'm like, I want to make a wolf person, assassin, druid thing. And he made it for me, so that was quite helpful. So, yeah. All right, let's go raid someone, shall we? Who is out and about? Who is up at this time of night? If I'm not mistaken, Mindari should be floating around. Or unless it's a bit early for Mindari. Mindari, where are you, Mindari? Nope, no Mindari. Interesting. Okay, let's see. D4 RPG. You guys are doing stuff. What are you up to? Eutharian Legends, Season 2, Episode 2. The Adventurers Archive Podcast. Got Bloody Z doing stuff. We'll be back one day. I believe you, man. I believe you. All right, let's go to D4 RPG. Let's do that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go and raid. So, as always, we have a bunch of the really cool raid modes, so be sure to use them. We love to share support and love because streaming is hard. Streaming is one of the toughest gigs you can be in. It requires a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of energy, and we give big props and big mad respect to anyone who lives in this field. So let's go and share some of this love with our friends currently playing some D&D. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being part of this stream. I know how important your time is, especially over this Easter weekend. I hope you enjoyed my Easter one-shot. Have a safe, happy, and amazing weekend, whether or not you are celebrating Easter or whether you're celebrating Passover. However you celebrate this festive time of season, enjoy yourself, have fun, and until we meet again, as always, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone!